Hello, my name is Father Alan Neville. I'm a missionary of the Sacred Heart from the Irish province. I'm working in South Sudan as part of a mission there to support education and healthcare. South Sudan is it's the newest country in the world. It had independence in 2011. And the church that is there is, I think, doing some of the most exciting ministry, the most exciting outreach I've certainly ever experienced. The country faces many challenges, not just in health and challenges in education. It also faces many of the problems that a new country will deal with, particularly a country that's coming out of years of violence and a fight for independence. And then in 2013, we had the Civil War. So there's a lot of work to do, and in the midst of that work, you'll find the church. I'm, as you know, a missionary of the Sacred Heart priest, but I'm there with a team of local priests and religious and international missionaries from around the world. And they're at the very cutting edge of ministry, working with an extraordinary group of people, but many challenges. You're dealing with people who are struggling coming out of years of violence, so there's a lot of trauma. Also, before independence, we've had major issues around investment in infrastructure, education and health. It was the policy of the government of the North to underdevelop the area. So really, schools and hospitals and clinics, they're just not there. It's a huge country. It's bigger than France, and outside of the capital city, Juba, we've got about, I don't know, just a couple of 100 miles, kilometers of paved road. So there's a great deal to do. But our church it's one of, I think, the most effective organizations. Recently, the UN was saying, or a member of the UN was saying, that when it came to effective partners working at a local level, the Catholic Church was easily one of the best, because we're on the ground, we're working with people, and the difference that we're making with the people that we're working with in South Sudan is extraordinary. In the areas of education, we're working predominantly in primary schools. There's so much to do there. The attendance in primary schools is extremely low. We're in secondary schools, particularly in education of young women. The statistic for South Sudan is that it's more likely for a girl to die in childbirth than to finish secondary education. So for us, the secondary education is very important, most especially of girls, keeping them out of early and forced marriage. And then, as you know, you've seen some videos from me. I'm working in third level education at the Catholic University, and we're there working with young South Sudanese people who are determined to make a better future for themselves, to help raise themselves and their family up in areas of education and business. So as a missionary of the Sacred Heart, working there for me is a special grace and a real blessing.